Greetings, dear ones. After much difficulty, we found our way through to you. Let us greet you in this new energy, for you have been stepping through a challenge. On planet Earth there has been so much compression and so many things that have demanded your attention, taking your focus from where you wish it to be. We tell you, dear ones, there are so many standing in their power and making their voices heard for perhaps the first time and in these sacred times. This very unique junction of time and space offers an opportunity for you to make a significant difference. That is the message that we wish to bring to you. The challenge is to step into your light, lean toward your focus, and help to change planet Earth during these shifts. All of you knew the changes were coming. Many of you believed that it was all going to happen within a matter of 24 hours, then you would wake up the next day and everything would be perfect. You have stepped into the new energy, but it has literally caused a fragmenting of your energy, security, and shifted the stabilization that you have built your lives upon. As a result, many people are acting out. If they feel they cannot be heard and if there is no place for their energy, they act out until they make sure that someone notices. Often they even take many lives in the process. There are new energies on planet Earth that all of you are reacting to. Well, dear ones, this day we challenge you to make a difference and take specific action. You will have to determine the actions yourself, because each of you are different. Each of you hold different keys that can open doors to the larger aspects of humanity, yet these keys are hidden deep within you. Let us explain how the game began. It was very critical to come in and separate, for that was what this game was all about. It was about pretending to be separate from one another and figuring out how you could get along on planet Earth. For much of the energy you have experienced and what endured on your planet, it was perfectly fine to go your own direction. You created your own internal safe spot, and did not worry about how it blended with the rest of planet Earth or the humans on the Earth. Now, dear ones, that is changing because your own perception of humanity itself is shifting. That is perfect, and here is the challenge that we will bring to you. Understand, dear ones, that as you come into this planet you have certain things that draw your attention and others that tend to repulse you. Well, what are the things that draw your attention? Beauty. You will find that even beauty is different for each individual, so that means that there is a wide range of beauty being collected on planet Earth, bringing in the Akashic records. In effect, you are giving life to a temporary form of beauty. That is amazing, and it is what you do when you anchor things in your life. One of the biggest challenges that many are experiencing on planet Earth is that they believe the separation. There was a game that all of you decided to play, and we spoke about it in the very first book that we helped the Keeper to write. There was a time when you were all at the base of a mountain enjoying things, playing your games of hide and seek, or whatever games that they were as spirits. Then someone came in and said, "We would like to play a new game. We have this game where we put these veils on and cannot remember who we are. Then we go about our lives and we bump into one another, yet we still cannot remember who we were or the connections that we had. It is a game all about God searching for himself, looking for herself, trying to find our reflection in the world, pretending to be separate." And so it was that the game began on planet Earth. Separation. There are many games that go on throughout the universe, and you will find several of them. In fact, one has recently found you and they are still trying to connect. We will share more about that as it gets closer. Currently, neither you nor they have the technology to travel back and forth. There is barely the technology to communicate, which is what they are trying to do right now. You're listening, too, and you have even seen some of the signals that they have sent, not quite knowing how to interpret them, but soon you will. When this happens, dear ones, it will give every single person on planet Earth a different perspective. You will suddenly see yourselves as Earth beings. There will be a union of human beings on Earth, if only for the simple fact that they consider themselves all to be the same. Is that not fascinating? You look for the differences in each other. That is why when you have two people that are completely different from one another, they love and honor each other. There is always a connection. The easy ones are those that are very close to you. Have you noticed, dear ones, that it is always the cousins that seem to fight on planet Earth? It is not those in direct opposition most of the time, but those that are very close to each other and sometimes even have similar physical attributes to one another. Much of the intolerance on planet Earth right now is because of the incredible amounts of tension and fear which at times has allowed separation to be possible. The question is, how far will you separate from each other? How far can you separate from your brothers and sisters before it becomes problematic? And there we are, bring you to the challenge of the day. The receding of planet Earth. Every human on planet Earth has some sort of difficulty or way of perceiving themselves. You all have prejudices that you have learned or that were passed down from your parents. Look at what is taking place on the planet right now. Although we tell you it is very challenging and difficult, it also offers some opportunities that could not be had any other way. One of these is an incredible receding of planet Earth, to find a more balanced connection between all beings. Although there are relatively small numbers actually doing that, it is causing some changes which will not be seen for 2 generations. Repeatedly you have segregated and separated into your races. Typically, you have experienced problems with those who are very close to your race, almost as if you were in a competition with them. That was our attempt at a joke. And so what we ask you to do, you are pretending to be human. How much humanity can you bring into your life over the next 3 months? There is a critical window opening up right now. Over the next 3 months you will have an opportunity to make a profound difference in the world by taking small actions. Sometimes your actions are deep within you. Humanness, looking beyond your belief systems and prejudices. Of course, everyone has their prejudices. Some like only certain types of people, and have had negative experiences with others. Races, beings, belief systems, whatever it is that you segregate people into. Find your prejudices. We ask you, dear ones, to take concrete steps over these next 3 months to change. Discover something about those that you have been prejudiced against, whether it is a religion, a belief system, or a race of people. By making peace with the ones that you dislike the most and have been resistant to, that is where you can do the greatest blending and raise humanity to its highest levels. You understand, dear ones, your humanness will tremendously outpace the human fear on planet Earth. These are the times to do something. Search within yourself to find your own small prejudices. Very own has them. It could be that you prefer this over that and may not even know why. Examine these to uncover if they have to do with groups of people in particular. When you find that little area, do not be ashamed about whatever it is. No one should ever be ashamed of their feelings. However, once you trace the origin, then take action to do something positive to take a step in that direction. If it is a religion that you are afraid of, then learn more about the religion. Do some research to find out if it is truly harmful, or perhaps the opposite of what you think. Find out more about the people that you have such negative feelings toward. This may be difficult for many, because often you pride yourselves in being open rather than close-minded and prejudiced. You have done an incredible job of changing planet Earth with your waves of love, so do not feel that you are being chastised in any way, dear ones. What we are doing here is asking you to clear the residuals and inconsistencies within you. Doing that sets the energy of everyone around you, for you are light workers. You are those that spread your wings very quietly, which has a profound influence on those around you and with the game itself on planet Earth. These are critical times, dear ones, and we urge you to do something to open that door for yourself during the next 3 months. Educate yourself about something that you fear, or get to know some of the people that perhaps you were concerned about or simply did not like. There are so many people struggling in a long list of reasons for the challenges. We tell you, dear ones, it is accomplishing something tremendous to provide humans an opportunity to blend. One of the greatest things that you have accomplished during your time on planet Earth is to mix the races. It would have been very easy for you to say, oh, this race belongs over here and these races belong over there, so we will keep everything separate. But it never did not work very well. Now is the time to take a step further into that, to find out where fears of your fellow man are and address them. Find out more about the people going through some of these experiences, for you can be a profound help in many ways with even a small effort. Practicing humanness. There are challenges that you will see on your news daily, for there are nations fleeing in search of safe places to live right now. Many of you are taking refugees in. Others are vetting them. Recently 2 countries said there are so many in need of homes that we have to reject all the rest. 20,000 inches one country and 30,000 inches another. What will they do now? This is where your humanness can become alive, even asking these questions. Place yourself into a situation where you can imagine what that would be like if that were your family, then put yourself in the same circle. Now you are connecting the hearts. Breaking the cycle of hate in the next 90 days. It is a time for humanity to awaken from the dream of just the humans, but humanity itself. There is a new energy here on planet Earth. However, you can move it into fear very easily because that is where it will naturally go if unhampered. Or you can choose to stand in the way and direct it toward love. With unconditional love, humanity and helping one another, you can fill the vacancies in people's hearts where their fear exists. Dear ones, once you understand that there are other beings out there, you will all think of yourself in a different way. Some of those that repulsed you or that you thought were your enemies, you will now look at them from a different perspective entirely. Do not wait to set this into motion. During the next 3 months you have opportunities of great magnitude to do this. Make a declaration to yourself that over the next 90 days, you will not only search out those preferences within yourself. It is not that everyone needs to be liked equally, yet your silent preferences and prejudices sometimes interfere. First, work with that within yourself. Even though you may consider yourself to be a light worker, clear of negative energies, there is always a remnant. Sometimes that resistance was planted deeply, which is the other situation that we wish you all to be a part of. There is a very difficult situation on planet Earth that has gone on for eons. We will call it generational hate. That occurs when the children are raised within a family to hate something, whether it is a race of beings, a country, your oppressors, or whatever it may be. When you teach your children to hate over and over again, it is a very difficult cycle to break. Now you have an opportunity to break that cycle within the next 3 months, and we promise you that it is something that will take place for all of planet Earth. How much humanity can you express in your life? Even if one of these other entities that exist around you throughout all that is were to come to Earth, you would have such difficulties combining your efforts you would not be able to decide whether to fight them or to talk to them. This is a time to pull the veils from your faces, not only so you can see who you are but so you can see who your neighbor is and start connecting at this time. These are the times of humanity, so how much humanity can you express in your life? You may know people who have moved into your neighborhood recently, and perhaps they have felt welcome because they are feared. Step forward to make them feel comfortable in their new neighborhood, even in a small way. Dare to extend your hand to someone it has never before been extended to. These are the times that you can create huge differences on planet Earth, and we are planting the seed. Remember, you are the most powerful angels that have ever lived anywhere. We honor you, dear ones. You have come with a very specific purpose and intention to be here at these wonderful times of change, and to be a part of this new energy. You have made it. Welcome home. Enjoy this next 90 days. It is with the greatest of honor that we greet you in these ways and ask you to treat each other with respect on all levels. You are all part of God. Nurture one another at every opportunity with your humanness and play the game well together. Espavo, dear ones. The group,